Hello there, and welcome to This and That Homestead. We rented this tiller from Lowe's. It's a Barreto 1320, 16 horsepower. So it comes with a 3x4 tilt trailer. You can rent it for $102 for 4 hours or $145 for 24 hours. Which originally we rented it for the 4 hours. We thought that it's so big, we should be able to get it done, but depending on the soil and how wet it is and everything else, you might need 24 hours. It took us a long time to get the configurations right for it to go ahead and cut through all of the soil. We did 12-inch deep. The ground hadn't been tilled in years, so there was a lot of roots in there, and the ground was a lot wetter than what we thought it was, as you can see here.
The last time we did it, we used our tiller that we have, but we got a crack in a gas tank, so we couldn't use it, so we rented this one. And I would suggest, if you're going to rent any equipment, to watch videos of how to operate it beforehand, so you won't be wasting your time and money on the learning curve while you're actually trying to use it. You already know how to set the settings and everything.
So here are some tips that we learned on the way. Number 1, make sure your throttle is turned up. So you're probably like, yeah, that's pretty obvious. Well, okay, so there's a gauge on there, you know, the little turtle and the little rabbit. So when you go to start it, you do have to have it, you know, halfway. So you do want to make sure that you don't forget to turn it all the way back up, because we did, and which it kept bogging down, but there wasn't mud in there. But we didn't know what was going on, and after some time we figured out, oh, it wasn't all the way full throttle. So make sure you have it at full throttle, because when you're turning it on and off, adding more gas, you might forget that one little step, which is going to make your progress go a lot slower. Number 2, drivetrain, and the lever for that is up on the handlebars. Okay, so the drivetrain, that's what operates the blades. It's going to go forward, it's going to go in reverse, you can put it in neutral. Make sure your drivetrain is all the way engaged. Sometimes it wasn't going all the way over. You know, you thought you put it in there all the way over, but then when you look back, it was only halfway. So I don't know if it was that the vibration was moving it back out of place, or because you turn it on and off so often that, or maybe it just wasn't all the way pushed over, because as you go forward and then you might have to back up, you know, and you know, depending on what you're doing at that time, you're going to be turning it on and off, on and off, on and off. And then if your ground is similarly wet like ours was, you'll hear the engine or the drivetrain, it'll kind of bog down, and if you lift up on it just a little bit up on the handlebars, it'll kind of throw out that dirt that's kind of getting stuck up in there because it's bogging it down, and then it'll start working correctly again. I would also, when it got bogged down, lift up on the handlebars. The drivetrain would already be in forward, it'd sling the mud out, and then I would put the drivetrain in reverse, and it would sling out the mud the other direction. Most of the time, that's all we had to do, and we didn't have to turn the whole machine off and clean the mud out and the roots, because we was getting the mud and the roots wrapped around the tiller blades. So we did have to clean that out, but you will notice the difference in the sound of the engine and everything. You'll hear the bogging down of it, but if you lift up on it and then you hear the change in the difference of the engine, then you pretty much got it. Otherwise, you might end up, if it still sounds bogged down, go ahead and make sure your drivetrain is all the way on full, because that will make it sound like it's bogged down also. And so if you lift up and the stuff doesn't just go ahead and throw out and release from the blades, then go ahead, turn it off, and clean the blades. It's really easy to clean up and get the stuff out of there. It comes with 4 blades under there. I would definitely rent this again. Once you get the configuration right for your dirt, it's quick and easy. Okay, so that's the end of the tips. I hope you found this helpful. So the rest of this video will be us finishing up the tilling of the yard. If you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified of our next video. Thanks for watching.